And now we're joined by criminal defense attorney and legal analyst Jami Floyd, who's in studio with us. And Jami, the judge got heated at the attorneys threatening exclusion of certain witnesses, effectively saying that he was not going to allow them to call those witnesses. What is the judge in this case so upset about specifically right now?
Well, it's as Carrie said. I mean, Florida has the broadest discovery laws in the country, and that means you turn everything over, and Jose knows it. The lawyers on both sides know it, and there really should be no stop down at this point in the case, and the jury is sitting around cooling its heels as the lawyers on both sides engage in all this gamesmanship, and the judge just isn't going to have it at this point, and he's putting his foot down. That means if you don't turn this stuff over, I'm not going to put your witness on the stand. Now, that can't mean compromising anybody's right to a fair trial, and so in the end, Jose kind of knows that, and so he might push the envelope a little
as
bit.
far as he can. And Jose Baez, who we just heard a little bit about his backstory, only an acting lawyer for 3 years before this major case. A lot of people have suggested there should be others coming in to assist him in this.
And there are.
He consistently appears to be confident in court. He's well dressed and the like. But lawyers, observers say he has failed in many ways, and he's made some rookie mistakes. What in particular has struck you?
Well, I got to say, when I first heard that Jose Baez was going to be on this case, I said, Jose who? I mean, I don't know this guy, and I've been covering cases for a good long time. But look, he's not the only lawyer on the case. He's got Cheney Mason at his side, one of the finest trial lawyers in the country, who has been on his feet in the courtroom and really grabs your attention, and he will perhaps even assist in the closing argument. You can share a closing argument. You can share the witnesses. But Jose has improved in the course of this trial and the
How so?
Well, his cross-examinations have gotten better.
Initially, he was asking questions where it appeared he didn't know the answer.
And that's rule one. I mean, even non-lawyers know that. You never do that, right? And he, look, confidence is a big part of being a lawyer, and bluster is a big part of being a lawyer, but you've got to have substance. And I think he's got the substance. And I got to tell you, I have interviewed him, and the one thing he's got, he does have compassion for his client. You have to believe in your client. I think he does believe in her, right or wrong. He really believes that his client is innocent.
Speaking of some unusual tactics in this case, Jose Baez also moved at one point for a mistrial on the grounds of evidence in this case basically being about his own bad behavior. How bizarre is that? This is a man who, and I want to make sure I get this right, in this high-profile case, they have exposed through some of the conversations that Casey Anthony's family had with her when she was behind bars, his own bad behavior, including child support battles, bad checks, and even the fact that he previously owned at least 2 bikini shops that I think are online, now defunct, mind you. How bizarre is this, and is there any legal logic to it?
Now, to be fair, he had a couple other businesses, too. He was involved in domestic violence prevention and worked on behalf of children. But you never want the case to become about you, and this is a mistake a lot of lawyers make because we have what? Big egos. It should always be about the client. So this is highly unusual, although I've got to say the case is unusual in the extreme in every way. It is one of the most high-profile cases involving a non-celebrity that we've ever seen. I mean, think about it. This isn't Lindsay Lohan or Paris Hilton. This is some woman named Casey Anthony, and yet we're all watching, waiting to see what will happen. So maybe he needs to make his record for appeal.
Jami Floyd, we appreciate your time.